actually. My children went to see him first, and I have a great referral in Jill Farmer. Our kids went to school together, and her daughter, Maya, calls herself Jane now, knocked her tooth out when she was 4 or 5, maybe. And I just happened to see her that morning afterward, and she said, I have the most amazing dentist. I called him. He got her in right away, and poor Jane had a cracked, literally her tooth was cracked in half for her entire childhood until she lost the tooth and her new tooth came in as an adult. And she said, I just have the most amazing dentist. He's amazing, and I love him. And so I couldn't think of a better referral than that. So I started having my children go to see Dr. Rank, and I loved their little office, and they've since moved into a bigger office. But I loved their staff, and I loved Missy, and she always took such good care of us. And they saw both of my children for many years. And then I subsequently lost my dentist and thought, I really like Dr. Rank. So we decided to go see him as well. And my husband came over as well. So now all 4 of us go see him. So maybe, how many years? Probably, I bet 7. I bet we've been seeing Dr. Rank for 7 years. I've had some interesting work done. My husband's had some interesting work done. Crown replacement or filling replacement. One thing that's really great about that office, and Dr. Rank in particular, is at ex-dentists of mine, I've noticed I would go in for a routine cleaning and he'd say, everything's fine. And then the next time I'd go, 6 months down the road, they'd say, oh, yeah, you need to replace this big crown over here. Big work down here on the lower left. So I'd go, or the lower right as it would be. I'm not sure which way it would be. Anyway, so I'd go do the big work. And then 6 months later, I'd go back and they'd say, everything's good to go. You're good to go. And then 6 months after that, they'd say, oh, yeah, we got to replace this thing up here. Yeah, you'll have to come back and we'll have to do the thing. So it was almost like clockwork. I could predict that there was revenue that was going to be generated once a year. And I wondered if it was really work that needed to be done or whether it was just revenue generation from a dentist chair. I didn't really understand. Anyway, they're terrific. Dr. Rank's office is really good about letting you know when something looks like it's probably going to need some work down the road. It's never predictable. You can never count on when you're going to need the work done, which means to me, he only tells you about the work that needs to happen. And that it's work that I should have done, and he always tells me exactly what's happening up front, why I should do it, what's going to happen if I don't. And so for that reason, among many other reasons, I trust the office, and I think they do a great job. My husband has had a host of bad dentists in his life and a lot of bad experiences as a small child. And he really, really didn't want to go back as an adult. So our experiences, it's sometimes when you have big work that you have to do, it's never fun to do it. But if I've asked Dr. Rank on several occasions, if you have to give me an anesthetic and you have to do big work, then just pretend like I'm your daughter in the chair. And he's always very good about that. It's never any fun to do the work, but he's good about it. And he works diligently to not make it a painful experience. And for that, I'm very appreciative. I think they do a great job. Everybody's very courteous. Everybody's from the front desk all the way back to dental assistants, all the way up to Dr. Rank. I think everybody does a really professional job. Everybody's very courteous. They do a great job reminding me when I need to come in, which is good because it's not always the first thing on my list is to book my appointment at the dentist's office. So they do a great job in every regard. I can't think of a thing that I would ask them to do differently or better or more efficiently. Okay. Would I refer him? Absolutely. Would I tell my friends to go see him? Absolutely. From a parental perspective, with your children, all the way up to adulthood, I think they do a fantastic job, and I would absolutely recommend them. They're pretty easy, and they're well-mannered, and they're good kids, so that part is easy. But, interesting, here's another money quote for you. When I was young, I was really scared of getting any kind of shot at all. So I had, I don't know, maybe 13 cavities filled when I was a small child with absolutely no Novocaine. I know, I can't imagine doing it today, but that's part of the reason why I was scared to go back as well. And so, my husband's had a host of bad dental experiences. I've had a host of bad dental experiences. it's never any fun. But if you can ask your doctor and look him in the eye and say, look, please go slowly and make it less painful for me, that's a winning combination for me. And if my children ever have to go through anything like that, then I know that he's a good guy he's got a heart inside the dentist's body, and he understands, and he'll do as good a job as he can to make it as minimally invasive as possible. So there you go.